Well, welcome back. Started in the garden season here and needed a till. We've got a little Troy Bilt pony tiller here. Started it up outside, just outside the garage. It started up fine, ran. Pushed it across the, shut it off, pushed it across the yard to where the garden is. Started up again, went about 3 foot and it died. And I couldn't get it started again, and it didn't make any sense to me. Backfiring just a little bit trying to start it, and I had the thought, I wonder if it broke the keyway, the key and the keyway for the crank. And I came back, and I'm going to show you what I found. Maybe this helps you out. Maybe if you have a tiller and it does something like this where it just stops running for some reason. In the spring, it's real common. People don't treat the gas, or they don't empty them out or take care of them over the winter, and the gas sludges up in the gas tank, and then your carburetor gets clogged up and it won't run. Mine started up without any problem, and then it just stopped after running 3 or 4 feet tilling. So I'm going to show you what I found, and we'll go from there. So here I've got this Troy Bilt pony. I rebuilt this motor in this about 2 years ago. It was smoking pretty badly. It's an aluminum block motor, so I took it apart and rebuilt it. Runs really good. I ran it all last year. When it stopped running today, there's the key, and the keyway's up here. Keyway's up at about 11 o'clock, and there's the key at 9. So it has broken that key, and it shifted. That's why it won't run. And it was backfiring a little bit when I was trying to start it. So you're going to pull the flywheel off the front of this, see what kind of damage it did, and get a new key for it, put it back in time, and hopefully it'll start right up. There it goes. It came right off. And I'll show you a close-up of this, and yeah, it shattered that key. Right in there. There's what's left of the key and the keyway, and you could see it just sheared it right off. Right at the top, just sheared that key right off. So we'll just tap that out of there. So you can see right there, what's half of that key is just jammed in there, broken off. So we'll tap that out of there, and we'll get another key, put it all back together, clean it up while we're in there. Okay, I just sprayed that all down and cleaned it. Had some electrical spray cleaner. Sprayed the stator down here, clean that all up, and then we're going to take this key and drive it out of there. I just have a small punch. Let me see if I can just, yeah, it came right out, tapped it. Now there's what's left of that key. If I can get it to focus, that's what's left of it. You can see it just sheared it right off. Looks good. Keyway looks good. That's what's supposed to happen if they go bad. Rather than tear that shaft up, it just tears that key up and you put a new one in. Alright, so I have a new key I was able to get, and what I'm going to do is slide the flywheel back on here, line the keyway up, and this key is not square. It's wider in one direction than it is in the other, with the wide direction going into the key, the wider, I should say, direction into the keyway. Slide it into place like that. Let it line everything up. There we go. Alright, so we've got the flywheel on there. I'm going to take a washer. Needs to go back on there. And the clutch, I'm going to put this clutch for the rewind mechanism. This has got electric start. I don't usually rewind that much, but it's okay. It's just starting to go bad. I mean, this is probably 35, 40 years old, this clutch. I have a new one coming. It'll just squeal a little bit sometimes, but it's fine for now. When I get the new one, I'll put the new one on here, but it won't hurt anything, so I'm just going to get a hold of it and pipe wrench, tighten it up. Alright, I have a new cover. New cover. I don't have a new cover, I have the cover that came off of it. Put that back on there. Get everything lined up. Good. Tighten, put the bolts back in that. On this side. All right. Put the battery back on, so I had on the charger. Let's hook back up and That didn't go exactly as planned, as you can see here from the engine that's torn apart basically. Put a new key in it, in the keyway. Went to start it back up and immediately broke the second key. So, kind of guessed something's not right. So then tore the motor apart basically. I'll show you what I found here. So there's the piston rod out of it. And if you look right here, that's not supposed to be there. Nice little cut through the rod there. That was a piece of metal, which is the splash lubrication. This motor works on splash lubrication. And it broke. Why it broke, I don't know. I never will know, but there's what's left of it. Right there. Twisted up. That broke off. Cut that rod pretty good, and actually got wedged into the cylinder on the motor. Gouged a hole in it, cracked the cylinder. So that was not exactly what I had planned for the day. I was hoping that it wasn't going to be that bad. I don't know if I'll be able to show you this or not, but I'll try. So I'll take my flashlight here. And if you look, you can see that shadow down in there. There it is right there. Let's see. If you look, you see that mark. That's where it took that piece of metal and jammed it into the cylinder wall. And you can see there's a crack, and it cracked the cylinder, wrecked this motor. So that motor is pretty much history. That's not exactly how I wanted the day to go. To tell you the truth, I was hoping that I would not have to find a new motor to replace this one. Because there's nothing to do with this one now. I might sell the crank out of it. These cranks aren't easy to find. This is an old Briggs & Stratton motor. Aluminum block. Crank's good. Crank's actually in really good shape. Starter's good in it. They're hard to find, the starter. The flywheel for the starter, they're good. The rest of it, done. Done deal. That thing, it's all over for that motor. Lasted about 35, 40 years probably, but not anymore. But there's a new one. So I'm going to go show you a little bit about that. I had to wait for a part for it. That's brand new though. So I hooked it up to the tiller. The only thing I lose by doing this, well, I lose a couple things. One, starting system. It's a pull start. So that's just not worth. You can get the motors for these particular Troy Bilt tillers that'll hook up to the starter and will have reverse gear in them. There's two sets of pulleys, but they're about 3 times as much, and it's not worth it to me to do that. So this one is missing a carburetor. It's supposed to be right there. It is not. So I ordered that carburetor. Hopefully get this thing together, get a carburetor, and get it working. But that's how some days go. I was hoping for it to be a nice easy day. Replace the key in a flywheel keyway, and it turns out it broken something internally and wrecked the engine. So that's just how it goes sometimes. So this is the new motor that I was able to get the same day. Actually, the other one went bad for this Troy Bilt pony tiller. It's actually a Harbor Freight Predator motor, 6.5 horsepower. It's a Honda clone. I've been running it for about 2 weeks now, tilling, and I've had no problems with it. It's interesting. It started up on the first pull, and it started on the first pull every time since then. It's been a really good motor so far. I might do an update later on at the end of the season, just kind of let you know how it's made out after I run it for an entire season tilling. But so far, it's been a good motor. So that's pretty much it. Wasn't a lot to show as far as repair for this particular video, but I thought it'd be interesting to just show a small engine and the problems that I had with this tiller. I hope you enjoyed the videos. I hope it helps you out. If you like the video, subscribe below. Thanks for watching.